As if that wasn't enough, the industry piled on. A leaked text thread surfaced, allegedly between a top Atlanta promoter and Stevie J, where Stevie gloated, "He's finished. No bookings, no deals. Nobody wants to touch him after this." The promoter replied cold-blooded, "But you're right, Scrappy's name is mud now." And yet, through all of this, Scrappy remained silent. Fans begged him to go live, to drop a statement, to fight back. But insiders whispered that he was waiting, building something so explosive it would make everything before it look like child's play. One source claimed, "Scrap got files too. Screenshots, audios, stuff that'll ruin careers. He's just waiting for the perfect moment." Then came the final twist, the one that made the internet hold its breath. A mysterious clip leaked at 3 a.m., darker, grainier than the rest. It showed Stevie J in a parking garage, phone pressed to his ear, saying words that sent chills down spines everywhere. "Don't worry, he won't make it to the next season. He won't make it at all." The call ended, Stevie walked away, and the clip cut to black dot. Was it real? Was it staged? Nobody knew, but the implication was terrifying. This wasn't just about humiliation. This wasn't just about money. This was about erasing Scrappy entirely. Social media melted down. Fans begged Scrappy to go into hiding. Some urged him to fight back, and others feared the scandal had crossed a line it could never come back from. Mama D posted one last live, sobbing, saying, "They tried to destroy my son, but they don't. No, he's stronger than all of them." And then nothing. Silence. No more leaks, no more posts. Just a chilling pause, as if the entire city of Atlanta was holding its breath, waiting for Scrappy's move. Would he crumble? Would he retaliate? Or would the next leak prove that this scandal wasn't just a takedown but a war with no survivors? One thing was certain. The game wasn't over. The scariest part of all was that it had only just begun. All right, family, now you see just how deep this scandal goes. This isn't some petty tabloid mess. This is a full-blown takedown. It's a betrayal so dark it's shaking the entire hip-hop world to its core. And if you thought tonight's revelations were wild, trust me, the next drops are going to be even crazier. There are still files, still receipts, still secrets hidden in the shadows that haven't been exposed yet. And when they hit the internet, it's going to flip everything you think you know upside down. That's why you can't afford to just scroll past this one. If you're not locked in, you're going to miss the moment the truth finally explodes. So right now, smash that like button so more people see what's really going down. Drop your hottest takes in the comments because I'm reading every single one, okay? And make sure you hit subscribe with notifications on. The next leak could drop at any moment. And you do not want to be the one left out of the loop while everyone else is talking. And listen, don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with your crew, your group chats, anyone who lives for the drama, because this is bigger than gossip. This is survival. This is power. This is betrayal playing out in real time, and the next chapter might just break the internet for good. Stay tuned because the story of Scrappy, Bambi, and Stevie J is far from over. One headline. That's all it took to rip through the internet like an earthquake. Justin, Remy Ma files for $300 million divorce. It's $300 million. Let that sink in. It's a number so outrageous, so staggering. It didn't just trend, it detonated. Timelines froze fans in their tracks and sent shockwaves across hip-hop, Hollywood, and beyond. For years, Remy and Papoose were the couple everybody pointed to when they wanted proof that loyalty still existed in this industry. Through prison sentences, industry betrayals, and the constant glare of cameras, Papoose stood firm. He was the ride-or-die husband, the blueprint for loyalty. And now, he's being dragged into court, blindsided by the woman he swore the world would never break him from. The details are even darker. Sources claim this divorce wasn't a spontaneous decision, was carefully plotted, whispered about in private meetings, lined with secret negotiations, and fueled by betrayal far deeper than the public realizes. Because this isn't just about love. This is about money, power, and the kind of secrets people bury until they have no choice but to unleash them. And the moment Remy signed those papers, the first leaks began spilling out. Messages, recordings, receipts, proof that their fairy tale had been rotting from the inside for years. The question tearing fans. Part is simple but brutal. Was this about revenge, survival, or greed? Because $300 million isn't just a divorce settlement, it's a weapon. And the more you dig, the uglier it gets. It started with a single notification, a push alert that nearly broke the internet. Justin, Remy Ma files for $300 million divorce. $300 million. The number itself was enough to stop traffic, enough to silence the loudest rooms, enough to turn a love story into an all-out war. Fans were stunned. The hip-hop community was shaken. This wasn't some quiet behind-the-scenes breakup. This was a scorched earth play. A financial and emotional bomb designed to level everything in its path. For years, Remy and Papoose weren't just a couple, they were a symbol. Loyalty personified. Devotion turned into legend. People pointed at them and said, "That's love. That's what it looks like when two people hold each other down." From Remy's prison sentence to her triumphant return, Papoose never wavered. He stood outside courtrooms, he raised their family, he became the poster child for ride or die. But now that same man was staring down a lawsuit that could strip him of everything he thought was unshakable. The betrayal didn't just sting, burned. Sources close to the couple claimed this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. No, Remy's divorce filing was calculated. Behind the Instagram smiles and red carpet appearances, she had already been working with lawyers, whispering to confidants, and drafting a strategy to take not just freedom from her marriage, but fortune. And the first leak that surfaced after the filing, it told the world this wasn't just about love lost. It was about revenge. A text thread allegedly between Remy and a close friend leaked online hours after the court documents hit. In it, Remy vented, "I sacrificed too much to walk away empty-handed. I carried him through my darkest years, and now he wants to act like I owe him loyalty forever. Nah, it's my turn to eat." The reply was colder than ice. "Then take it all, don't just leave, end him." Those words spread like wildfire, screenshotted, reposted, turned into TikTok voiceovers with ominous music. Fans went feral. Was Remy really plotting to take down the same man who gave her everything? But the leaks didn't stop there. Hours later, a blurry audio clip surfaced. The voice, low and sharp, sounded eerily like Remy's. "I'm done being patient. He had his chance. I'm taking what's mine." Whether real or doctored, it was enough to inflame social media. Twitter exploded with hashtags like #Remy300 million, #Papoose setup, and the most brutal one of all, #HipHop heist. Overnight, their marriage went from hip-hop's greatest love story to hip-hop's most savage betrayal. And yet, through it all, Papoose stayed silent. No posts, no interviews, no clapbacks. Just eerie silence. But sometimes silence speaks louder than words. One insider claimed, Papoose broken. He thought loyalty was bulletproof. He thought no matter how messy the industry got, they were untouchable. But when he saw those papers, he crumbled. Fans clung to hope that maybe the filing was exaggerated, maybe it was blown out of proportion. But then the receipts started stacking. Bloggers dug up rumors about Remy's alleged closeness with battle rapper Eazy the Block Captain. Old photos resurfaced Remy and Eazy at a private dinner, their body language speaking volumes. At the time, fans brushed it off as industry networking. Now, it looked like evidence. Suddenly, whispers turned into accusations. Had Remy been planning her exit for months, maybe even years, while Papoose stood blind in devotion? The most heartbreaking part: a leaked voicemail allegedly from Papoose himself. His voice cracked, with emotion saying, "I gave her my loyalty, my years, my soul, and now she's trying to bury me alive." Fans flooded the internet with support, calling him the last loyal man in hip-hop and begging him to fight back. But even as sympathy poured in, darker leaks surfaced that muddied the waters. Screenshots began circulating of private DMIs between Papoose and boxing champion Claressa Shields. Messages filled with heart emojis, late-night calls, even playful banter about meeting up after events. Claressa herself didn't hold back when Remy threw shade at her online. Claressa clapped back publicly. "I'm not 45 yet, but let's be real, you ain't aging like fine wine, sis." That clapback alone had fans screaming, but it also shifted the narrative. Was Papoose as innocent as everyone thought? Had he been quietly straying, too? The drama metastasized. TikTok edits showed split screens of Remy with Easy and Papoose with Claressa. Twitter threads debated who betrayed who first. Instagram live battles broke out between fan camps. Celebrities even began chiming in. Jocelyn Hernandez tweeted, "Loyalty ain't what it used to be. This game, dirty. Protect Papoose." Meanwhile, Kirk Frost jumped in full force, blasting, "Remy, on live. She, toxic. Straight up hypocrite. You don't destroy the same man who built you back up. That's foul." His words ignited a whole new wave of chaos, with some praising his honesty and others accusing him of using their pain for clout. But the deadliest bomb wasn't social media commentary, it was legal paperwork. At 3 a.m. a burner account leaked an image of a prenup clause. Highlighted in yellow ink was a payout figure that matched Remy's filing: $300 million. Nobody even knew the prenup existed. Fans gasped. If the document was real, this wasn't just betrayal lit. It was a long game, a masterstroke, a setup that had been in the works since before fans even suspected cracks in their love story. And that's when the internet realized Remy's divorce filing wasn't just about heartbreak. It was about money, power, and legacy. She wasn't walking away empty-handed. She was walking away with everything. But if you think that's where the story ends, you're dead wrong. Because the next leak that surfaced wasn't about money. It wasn't about cheating. It was about something far more dangerous, something that could drag powerful names across the industry into the fire. And once those receipts dropped, fans knew this divorce wasn't just going to destroy a marriage, it was going to destroy careers. The internet thought it had seen the worst of it with the prenup bombshell. But when the next leak hit, everything changed. A new Instagram burner account, calling itself Their Real Ramirez Seats, began posting screenshots that didn't just expose Remy and Papoose. They implicated people no one expected. These weren't just private texts or emotional voicemails. These were emails, contracts, and insider conversations that revealed a network of betrayals orchestrated with surgical precision. The first screenshot showed an email, allegedly between Remy and a high-profile TV executive. Subject line: future projects. The body of the email was devastating. Once the divorce proceedings begin, we're ready to move forward with the reality series rollout. Expecting heavy ratings boost once announcement drops. Stevie J already confirmed his participation as producer. Fans screamed, "Stevie J." The same man who'd already been stirring drama in Atlanta circles was now allegedly tied to Remy's divorce strategy. The timeline erupted. Was this all just one giant play to rebrand Remy as the new queen pin of hip-hop reality TV while Papoose got left in ashes? Within hours, a second leak landed. This time, it was an audio file. The voices were muffled but recognizable. A man's voice, sounding chillingly like Stevie J's, said, "We just gotta push the narrative. Make him look like he's the problem." Once that's out there, she walks away clean. and he looks like the bitter one. Then came a female voice, allegedly Remy's, replying, "I don't just want clean, I want everything." That clip spread like wildfire, reposted thousands of times before the account that dropped it mysteriously disappeared. But the damage was already done. Suddenly, the narrative shifted again. This wasn't just a messy divorce. It was a power play. Fans began calling it the $300 million coup. Memes flooded TikTok, chessboards with Remy as the queen, Papoose as a pawn, and Stevie J as the puppet master pulling strings from the shadows. Twitter trended with hashtags like #RemyGate, #StevieSnake, and the most vicious one yet, #PAPOOSE sacrificed. And then the celebrity reactions started pouring in. Fat Joe went live on Instagram, his face etched with disbelief. "This don't even sound like Remy. This sound like somebody using her, manipulating her, pushing her into moves she don't even realize gonna backfire." Cardi B jumped in on Twitter with a cryptic post. "Sometimes the loudest silence is the truth. Stay woke." Fans went into decoding mode, dissecting every word, wondering if Cardi was hinting she knew more than she could say. Meanwhile, Papoose still hadn't broken his silence. No statement, no interviews, just ghost mode. But then, out of nowhere, a shaky video surfaced online. Grainy, dimly lit, allegedly filmed inside a recording studio. Papoose was pacing, his hands clenched, his voice low but seething. "They think I'm weak. They think I'm just gonna sit here and let them destroy me? Nah. I got files too. I got names. And when I drop them, it won't just end their little gamiddle, end their whole empire." That one video set the internet on fire. Fans flooded. The comments dropped the files. "Pap, expose them all. Don't let them play you like this." The energy shifted. Papoose wasn't just the wounded husband anymore. He was a ticking time bomb. And then, almost as if on cue, another receipt landed. This one was the deadliest yet. A leaked group chat allegedly between Remy, Stevie J, and an unnamed executive. The messages dripped with cold calculation. Stevie wrote, "We'll leak just enough to make him look like a liar. Once the blogs run with it, he's finished." The executive responded, "Perfect. The network loves messy. Ratings will skyrocket." And then Remy's name popped up in the chat. "He doesn't even know what's coming. By the time he figures it out, I'll already have the bag." That screenshot was enough to send fans into full meltdown. The betrayal wasn't just personal anymore, it was televised, monetized, weaponized. The internet boiled with fury. 1. Viral tweet read, "She turned her marriage into a storyline. That's not love, that's war," as the chaos peaked. An even uglier rumor began circulating, that the divorce wasn't just about money, was about covering up secrets that could destroy reputations across the industry. A blind item posted by a notorious gossip blog claimed that Remy had been sitting on explosive knowledge about a powerful executive's affairs. And the divorce strategy was part of a broader deal to keep those secrets hidden in exchange for money and exposure. The blog didn't name names, but fans instantly started guessing. Theories went viral, dragging major industry figures into the mess. And then, the leak that made everyone's blood run cold. A voicemail allegedly left by Remy on a friend's phone. Her voice was sharp, cold, and filled with venom. He wanted to play loyal husband. Fine, let him. But loyalty don't pay bills. Loyalty don't buy power. "I'm not about to die broke, standing next to a man who peaked 10 years ago." Fans were shattered. The woman they once hailed as the queen of resilience was now being painted as the queen of betrayal. The internet tore itself apart. TikTok edits painted Remy as the ultimate villain. Twitter threads dissected Papoose's career, calling him a martyr in the war of love versus ambition. Instagram lives turned into screaming matches between fan groups. And through it all, Papoose remained silent until the next leak hit. A private video, allegedly filmed in their home, showed Papoose breaking down in front of a close friend. His voice cracked, tears streaming down his face. I stood by her. When nobody else would, I sacrificed everything. And now she's trying to erase me. But what she doesn't know, what none of them know, that I got something that'll burn the whole house down. The clip ended abruptly, leaving fans gasping. What did he have? What could be so powerful that it could burn everything down? By this point, the divorce wasn't just about two people. It had become a circus, a battlefield, a live soap opera playing out in real time with millions of spectators. Blogs updated every hour. Fans refreshed timelines like their lives depended on it. Celebrities picked sides. And the whispers of something bigger coming grew louder. And then came the final straw. A leaked photo of a legal folder stamped confidential. On the cover, the words, "Joint Assets Sealed Evidence." The caption read, "What's inside this folder will destroy more than just a marriage. Stay tuned." The internet went into absolute meltdown. People speculated wildly. Some said it was proof of more infidelity. Others claimed it tied Remy and Stevie J to backroom deals with networks. A few conspiracy theorists even suggested it contained evidence of crimes. Nobody knew the truth, but everyone knew one thing. Whatever was in that folder could end careers, and that's where the cliffhanger hit hardest. Because if the leaks so far had already demolished their love story, then what was inside that sealed folder? The answer, insiders teased, was darker than anyone could imagine. The internet could barely breathe waiting for the contents of that folder. Joint assets, sealed evidence. Those 4 words had the entire culture on edge. What could possibly be so explosive it had to be sealed? What was Remy hiding? What was Papoose sitting on? For 24 hours, the blogs went into frenzy mode. Every gossip page, every fan forum, every podcast was dissecting theories. Some swore it was proof of Papoose's secret child. Others claimed it was receipts of Remy siphoning money through shady deals. Few whispered it was even deeper connections to powerful executives who were already trembling behind the scenes. And then it dropped at 2 a.m. Notorious gossip blog posted grainy photos of documents allegedly pulled straight from that confidential folder. Page after page of financial statements, text, transcripts, and what looked like email printouts between Remy, Stevie J, and a network executive. The first bombshell. Evidence that Remy had signed a production deal for a reality series before filing the divorce papers. The contract guaranteed her a massive payout, nearly 8 figures up front, contingent on her personal storyline becoming available for on-camera development. Translation: the marriage wasn't just crumbling, it was being turned into entertainment. Fans lost their minds. The second bombshell was even uglier. A transcript of a supposed phone call between Remy and Stevie J. Stevie's voice was smug. "Once the papers are filed, it's open season. We control the narrative." Remy's reply cut like glass. "Let him drown. I'll be smiling on camera while he's begging for air." That one quote got reposted tens of thousands of times, instantly turned into memes, captions, and TikTok audios. People were stunned. This wasn't just divorce, it was an execution. And then came the third bombshell, the one that froze fans. In their tracks, screenshots of alleged payments made from a joint account to consultants, with notes suggesting hush money to silence individuals connected to the couple's private life. One name stood out, a promoter long rumored to be Remy's secret fling. The implication was devastating. Not only had money been moving in the shadows, but Papoose's own joint assets were allegedly being used to fund betrayals behind his back. The internet exploded. The hashtags turned vicious. Hashtag Remy exposed. Number 300 MSETUP. Hashtag protect PAPOOSE. Hashtag Stevie Snake. Fans were ruthless. TikTok edits showed Papoose holding Remy down for years, only for her to allegedly turn the knife. Twitter threads turned into full-blown documentaries, piecing together timelines of every suspicious move. and Instagram. Flooded with posts calling Remy the Black Widow of hip-hop, celebrities couldn't stay silent anymore. 50 Cent posted a meme of himself shaking his head with the caption, $300 million. Damn, she trying to get to the bag by any means necessary? Nicki Minaj liked a tweet that said Papoose deserved better, sparking its own firestorm of speculation. Even Busta Rhymes jumped on live, visibly upset. This ain't love. This ain't marriage. This is betrayal on the highest level. Pap didn't deserve this. But as the world turned on Remy, something darker began brewing in the shadows. Because just when fans thought Papoose was the victim, another leak surfaced that threw everything into chaos. A series of blurred screenshots allegedly showed Papoose in conversations with Claressa Shields. Not just flirty, but incriminating. Messages that suggested late-night hotel meets, coded phrases about rounds and training that fans interpreted as double entendres, and the kicker. A voice note where a man sounding like Papoose laughed. Remy out here thinking she's slick, but I got my own fun too. The internet split in two. Was Papoose truly the saint fans thought he was? Or had he been playing his own game of betrayal while Remy planned hers? The lines blurred, the truth twisted, and suddenly nobody knew who to believe. The once perfect love story was now an all-out demolition derby, both sides covered in wreckage. Still, Papoose's silence remained. And that silence became its own kind of weapon. Insiders whispered that he wasn't staying quiet because he was broken. He was staying quiet because he was preparing. Pap's got a file, one insider said. Not just receipts. It's a bomb. And when he drops it, a career's gonna end.